Finally, Washington, D.C. did allow us to give cameras to a few students they handpicked at 2 schools they handpicked. One was this one, Woodrow Wilson High. Newsweek says it's one of the best schools in America. Yet what the students taped wasn't confidence-inspiring.
This is Wilson High School. We dance.
Note that the teacher's in the class when he does this.
You would say, well, it's a game.
On that day, this teacher had his world geography class playing Monopoly.
Right now, we're going to ask Mr. Greiner what Monopoly has to do with world geography.
Like Monopoly, we have countries that do better than others based on where you live.
It was after finals, and I don't know if Monopoly can help teach geography. But I do know that this teacher didn't have much control over his class.
Phil, get off the desk and sit in your seat. Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. Let's look at
Mr. Greiner.
Raise your hand.
It's hard to believe he can learn much while this is going on.
So, guys who are talking, stop. Please. Hey, listen.
And this is one of America's best public schools.
Put the dice away.
Now you may be thinking, these things don't happen at my kid's school. 57% of American parents give an A or B grade to their kids' public school. The people in the suburbs say our schools are great.
But they're not. That's the thing. And the test scores show that.
Education reformer Kevin Chavis says American schools on the whole just aren't that good.
And America isn't going to buy that. America's not going to buy that.
America's been buying.
Because America doesn't know what it doesn't know.
Right. Most Americans don't know what stupid schools are doing to American kids. We gave parts of an international test to some high school students in Belgium and in New Jersey.
Answer the questions to the best of your ability.
What the Belgian kids think?
Considering the test we usually get here, well, this was kind of a piece of cake.
It's very easy.
The New Jersey kids were also confident. How was the test? Easy? Hard?
It was actually pretty easy. I think I did good.
They have reason to be confident. New Jersey students in general test above average, and these kids attend an above-average New Jersey school. But the Belgian kids cleaned their clocks.
They got 76% correct. You got 47% correct.
I'm shocked, because it just shows how much advanced they are compared to us.
This boy got the highest score among the Americans, but didn't come close to the top-scoring Belgians.
The test was so easy. I think that if the kids in America couldn't do this, they're really stupid.
Stupid? Really? Jay Leno's routines make you think it's true.
What state holds the Kentucky Derby every year? Think about it.
The Tonight Show says these are not staged. These are their real answers.
Kansas.
What's the name of this book? War and...
Sex.
War and Sex. What is the Bill of Rights? You're going to law, aren't you, sir? The Bill of Rights? Okay.
What's the purpose of the Bill of Rights?
I don't know.
What was the major cause of the Civil War?
I don't know.
American high school kids are beaten on the international tests, not just by kids from Belgium, but by kids from most countries, even poorer ones like Poland, the Czech Republic, South Korea.
So are American students stupid?
No, we're not stupid, but we could do better.
I think it has to be something with this school, because I don't think we're stupid or lower than them.
There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there telling me I got to.
Do you feel like the private education system is realistically available to everyone?
Well, what I would say is I would like it to be more available. It's certainly not available to everyone. I think one of the things that's unique about LaSalle is that access is a really important part of our goal and a goal of all LaSallian schools. So we make a special effort to make our education more accessible, but certainly cost is a factor in terms of accessibility. Part of what we strive for in LaSallian schools is a minimum of 5% of our students below the poverty line, and we are probably in the neighborhood of 8 or 9% of our students. Well, I think the major difference is that we are not tied to the same rules and regulations that many of the private schools are. And so there's, the way I describe it to people is there are fewer layers in terms of the bureaucracy in a private school. And so you can do things, I think, more effectively and more quickly, and you can respond to the needs of your student body and your parents probably more quickly than you can in a public school system. Certainly the economy has impacted people's ability to afford tuition for a private school. You know, I believe that both public schools and private schools serve our nation in different ways. You know, I think the public schools, because they are accessible to everyone, you know, go a long way in terms of ensuring that we create a citizenry that's, you know, able to, you know, earn a living and participate in a democratic society. I think that's really important.
The classroom size, the programs that are being offered, such as art classes, music, exercise, gym classes.
And those are positive changes that you've seen?
No. Those are the unpopular changes that I've seen.
How come?
Because I think that the children, they need the exercise, and along with the scholastic work, they also need to know the arts and music and just a more broad horizon of subjects. One of the negative things is that the classrooms are so large. If you do have a problem, in a lot of cases, you don't get that extra attention that you need because there are so many children.
And that's what you saw in Kelsey's case, right?
In Kelsey's case, yes. She needed the help, and I had asked several times for help, but they always seemed to say she didn't fit the criteria.
Do you see a big change or a small change?
I see a very big change.
Yeah, how come?
Because they give you at St. Agatha, they give you a lot of help. They you can like stay after school for homework help and stuff, and they teach you they teach you the things you need to know, and then they give something for you to do. But they usually spend some time doing it with you, and then they give it to you, like a math sheet or something.
Everybody look what's going, we better stop. Children, what's that sound?
college I want to go to, but I know I want to be a teacher. I want to be a nurse. I want to be a doctor.
How come?
Because I would like to help somebody in need.
You wake up every morning and you know that kids are getting a really crappy education right now.
So you think that most of the kids here are getting a crappy education right now?
Oh, I don't think they are. I know they are.
Either the kids are getting stupider every year, or something is wrong in the education system.
I just try to do my best in school and make my grandmother proud.
Among 30 developed countries, we rank 25th in math and 21st in science. In almost every category, we've fallen behind, except one. Kids from the USA rank #1 in confidence.
I think about 60,000 people have gone to this school in 40 years. 40,000 didn't graduate. This is the damage that this school has done to this neighborhood.
A child that doesn't finish high school will earn less and be 8 times more likely to go to prison.
I want to go to school.
For these kids, their only chance at getting into a great school depends on whether their number is picked in a lottery.
So if Francisco doesn't get in, is there another chance?
No.
Your children and future generations are on the bridge of the Titanic and everybody's going to drown.
Someone has taken an interest in you, someone loves you, and they recognize the importance of education. And the first student selected?
20. 9.
It takes a lot of outrage and a lot of good examples to say, yes, we can do this.
When you see a great teacher, you are seeing a work of art.
I want my kids to have better than what I had.
18. 10. 12. 2.
And the last number?